If you're new here, welcome. And I want to talk about something very important, extremely important: self-sabotage. Now, I wish I knew these things when I first started my journey of personal development or my journey in life. And I know self-sabotage is something that many of you struggle with too. So we're going to dive deep in this video and really uncover the topic of self-sabotage. And I'm going to share some valuable insights that I learned in some ways the hard way. And so one of the first things I learned was that self-sabotage is something that we all experience at some point of our lives. It's a moment that when we have a goal in mind, but for some reason, we find ourselves doing the things that hinder our progress. So the first thing I wish I knew when I began self-sabotaging is that it's often rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. Like, these are all common reasons why we self-sabotage. And recognizing and acknowledging these fears is the first step towards overcoming self-sabotage. So I remember one time when I was like, even when I was younger, like I was really good at sports, but I like to do it for the fun of it, right? And it was funny because I would qualify for competitions, or when I would join for sports clubs, and I didn't like the competition aspect, or even in school, like I was the fastest in my year. But when it came to the competitions, like outside the borough and stuff like that, I would self-sabotage because I didn't want the attention. Like, so literally I'll be running, and then I'll make myself lose. Like, and then I'd really ask myself what's underneath that, because it was crazy, because I knew that I could do it, but for some reason there was a fear behind success. There was a fear behind, okay, what if I don't live up to my expectation? And then so I would self-sabotage to agree with sabotage to keep myself comfortable, And a lot of the times we do that. And it happened a lot through my life until around, I'll say around teen times, late teens, where I really got aware of, okay, these self-sabotaging habits, they gotta stop. Like, this can't run, all right? This can't run. And I developed some techniques that would allow me to overcome that. And so that was really giving myself grace, and really understanding that, like, I was in a team sport, so it wasn't all on me. And then I found people that actually supported me. Hey, Bolden Brushman, how you doing, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you. And so another things that I learned, or I wish I knew earlier when I was self-sabotaging, was that self-sabotage often occurs due to like deeply ingrained beliefs and limiting thought patterns. So we tend to have negative self-talk, and believe that we're undeserving of success and happiness. Like, what? That's stupid, right? And like, these beliefs act as self-fulfilling prophecies, and they actually keep us stuck in a cycle of self-sabotage. And the key here is that we get to replace these limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. We get to release that with and remove those negative self-talk with beneficial ones. And so if you're afraid of failing, or you're afraid of what others might think of you, you're afraid of taking the necessary risk to achieve your goals, like, understand that you have to confront the fear head on. Okay, you got to make fear your friend, not even your friend. You got to make fear your little pet, where you tell him, okay, fear, I see you, but sit down. This is not your place. The fear doesn't get to sit on the big chair. Okay, that you're the one, you run things. So you get to do this, you get to replay this in your mind, you get to run this in your mind and reframe your mindset around to actually do that, right? So that's what I found was helpful for me, because self-sabotage was like really it was doing a lot around my life, and it wasn't helpful because I wanted to be someone who was responsible. I wanted to be someone who loved what I do, what I did. But when the set of challenges and responsibilities around that came when I was younger, this is when I was younger, like I shied away from it because there was no one pushing me forward as I was taking those, for what looked like to me was a big step, a big risk. And so what I required of me was to really communicate and really just share, because it's when we reframe our mindset and when we embrace these challenges, is what grows us. It's what allows us to reach new heights and allows us to overcome the fear and actually not to be fueled by these self-sabotaging behaviors. Mountain Man, hey, how you doing? OM Pro 21.9 plus 10. LFE 6 VR, how you doing? Nope. Welcome always, welcome always. Hey bro, that cool of your future and all of that. Why? I appreciate you. Yeah, because again, I've come a long. For me personally, I feel like I've come a long way, because if this was me in my teenagers, I wouldn't be speaking up the way I've been speaking up now. I just wouldn't. But I've been through some very interesting experiences, which are like, okay, I can't not speak, you know. And so one of like I stand for empowerment. So one of the things I not mastered, but I'm managing myself to master is affirmations. And so this is a technique that you can bring into your life. I think I've spoken on this before, but really understand that to override the fear factor, to override the self-sabotage, you have to like really believe and feel that you're capable of achieving your goals. You have to feel that you're deserving of this, because we have something called our subconscious mind, which is the operating system of our actions. So when we're not taking actions, there's something wrong with the operating system, which is the subconscious mind. And there's these negative thoughts or these lingering stories in our head that's being unaddressed. So what we have to do is address them. And so alongside just experiences, alongside just doing affirmations, sometimes you have to do physical practices where you can actually borrow someone's beliefs. And so what I mean by that is, why do you think self-help books or personal development books or books to grow are so helpful? Why do you think that? Put in the chat why you think they're so helpful, like reading self-help books and personal growth books. It's because it allows you to gain new perspectives and insights that challenge your limiting beliefs. So we don't get books just to read. Sometimes we do, actually. Sometimes we just want to sit back, read a nice book. But when we really buy a book, we're seeking a solution, because deep down we know that there's this limiting belief, and someone has the answer, and you want to find out how did they get the answer. That's why I get books sometimes. I'm like, how did they do this? I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to break free from these patterns, these thought patterns that are just not serving me, right? And I think another thing that I wish I knew about self-sabotaging is the importance of self-awareness. And what I wish I'd known earlier is really to be mindful of my thoughts, my actions, and my emotions. And so by developing self-awareness, we find ourselves, when we develop our self-awareness and we find ourselves in an act of self-sabotage, like we can catch ourselves in the moment of, oh, I'm about to self-sabotage. In that moment, you can redirect your focus towards more empowering choices. because you're not a baby anymore. Because here's the reality: when we're constantly self-sabotaging our lives, we are in our life, we are babies in our life still, and so we haven't graduated in within ourselves when because there's a baby doesn't make a choice. A baby is just a baby. It has circumstances and it has parents that have to make choices to manage and support that baby better, right? But once we're grown up, we can't be making excuses about the circumstances. When once we have a brain that a brain that allows us to think for ourselves, those circumstances are now choices. And so no matter what the circumstance is, we have to make a choice with what we're gonna do with that circumstance. All right. We can't just we're not helpless. All right. Arsalan Zarain. Hello, nice to meet you. So when it comes to when it comes to, that's why I'm big on self-awareness, because it's literally a foundation of that power, that personal growth and transformation. So when I started becoming more self-aware, I realized the patterns and the triggers that led to me led to those self-sabotaging behaviors. And so one thing I like to do is I like to write poetry, but also I like to journal. So I like to write my thoughts down, write my emotions down. How am I thinking? How am I feeling? Um, a side note which I do is I don't know if this happens to you, but I see like a lot of number synchronicities and I attach meaning to them. So sometimes I'll see like a 111, a 333, or 222, 444, and immediately I know what's happening because I'm gauging how I'm thinking and I'm feeling in that moment, right? And so it allows me to uncover those subconscious patterns and gain clarity on the reasons behind my self-sabotage. So that's why I practice mindfulness, meditation, observing my thoughts. I observe other people as well to see how I respond to them, right? And so I observe how they are responding to their reality, so then I can choose more empowering responses for my reality, because I'm not trying to go back to self-sabotaging. I'm trying to thrive and really pursue what I want to do, you know? So why says that happened to me last time. Uh, make you to know what is what. Yeah, facts. Yeah, because it's a beautiful thing when you can observe your surroundings and gain wisdom and lessons from it. That's why we can't take our consciousness, we can't take our whole who we are as beings, we can't take that for granted, because there's some intelligence within us whether we know it or not. That's why if you're self-sabotaging, you're doing a disservice to your this entire being. You're doing a disservice to the entire reason why you're here on earth. Like, you have a purpose. Like, you have a purpose. You there's a reason why you're here on earth. And it's not to self-sabotage, it's to evolve, it's to grow. And if you're doing anything that's stopping that process, you need to take a real good hard look at why that is happening. A real good hard look. And so, like, when it comes to self-sabotage, I would say accountability plays a significant role. Why? Because I wish someone had told me the importance of having a support system, a mentor, coach, an accountability partner. Because I remember I used to play football and I was the striker for my team, right? I was top goal scorer for like 3 seasons running. And what was crazy is that until we got to the finals, I didn't get no support, because everything was riding on me. Like, if I didn't score, like, no one would say, "Oh, better, maybe lucky next time." No, because they didn't even conceive me not scoring, because I used to score all the time. But when it came to the times that I didn't, it's pure silence. Like, there was no one supporting me moving forward from that. I'm like, bruh. So I'm just gonna be all up in my thoughts, and I'm just gonna be mad at myself, and no one's gonna say nothing. This is crazy, you know. And it wasn't until I got into communities where they like support each other and being accountable to each other and helping people stay on track, that was normal. I was like, whoa, because I was doing the accountability for other people, but no one was doing it for me. So I had to learn I got to embrace receiving accountability, and then so now I'm back to helping people be more accountable in their lives, because I feel that it's so important, because the accountability is literally the art of the ability to manage and direct your discipline towards what truly matters most in your life. And so that's my strong belief, is that everything is discipline, and you get to manage and direct the way you're disciplined, because you can be disciplined for mediocrity, or you can be disciplined for excellence. You can be disciplined for bad health, or you can be disciplined for good health. You could be disciplined for poor hygiene, you could be disciplined for good hygiene. But discipline is still discipline, but how are you going to manage and direct it, right? And so with accountability, accountability partners help you stay on track even when you're tempted to self-sabotage, and hold us accountable for our actions. And so surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals can help and really dissipate all the struggles, and it makes a world of difference. And so that's why I like to support people with accountability, and so support leaders, aspiring leaders, to do that. And so accountability is a powerful tool for breaking free through self-sabotage. And I'm so grateful for for mentors that I've had, because their presence, it was because of mentors and coaches, it allowed me to borrow their belief when I didn't have it, because they were confident within themselves, until I was confident within myself, until I had crystal clear clarity around myself and where the direction that I want to go. I just had to borrow their belief in the meantime, because I knew it was possible, but I thought it was possible, but until I knew, I had to believe and think that it was possible. So believing and thinking leads to true knowing. And so I knew I had someone to answer to. Imagine imagine you're trying to call someone and they don't pick up, or someone's trying to call you and you don't want, and you don't even know they're calling you. You don't even believe that. Oh, why would someone want to call me? So why would someone want to check up on me? But then when they do, you're grateful. When you do that, they're grateful. And so, and it's because that person, that person means well. That person is really here for the betterment of you, right? Like they have similar goals and aspirations. They understand what you aspire for. So I do have a question for you, for everyone in the chat, everyone that's tuning in. What are some of your aspirations and goals, that actually, or what are your aspirations and goals, and what are you working on that actually truly matters to you? What are you working on that truly matters to you? So for me, I'm working on building, expanding my mind, expanding my consciousness, building up my health. I'm focusing on my financial freedom, my independence. I'm focusing on making a contribution and impact, helping others, to master their mind and reach their highest potential through accountability, so that so not only they would evolve, but we're evolving together, and we're covering all bases. abundance in every aspect of our life. Yeah, that's what matters most, and I'm prioritizing that. So why says money? Straight. Well, tell me more about that. What about money is your goal? Like, what, making it to my goal? Money, making it to my goal. Go. Yeah. So again, evaluate yourself and ask yourself, what is your self-sabotage? What are some self-sabotage, or common hurdles that's self-sabotaging you? Or what are some common hurdles in your life that you're facing that you need to overcome in order to be fulfilled in that? And oftentimes the self-sabotaging happens when it's funny because the self-sabotaging happens when we're doing something that most of the time it happens when we're doing something that we truly want to do. So again, it's that resistance that comes against us, but we have to release the resistance because it doesn't have to even be a part of the equation. I know we're all on a hero's journey or whatever, but sometimes the enemy is yourself. It's not no one else. So and once you realize it's an illusion, you be like, oh, wow, you can go from the beginning of the story straight to the middle in like 2 steps. If you know, or to the end of the story, if you know that you're the enemy of the story, you know, of your story. And so you get to overcome that. And so by understanding the roots of our self-sabotaging behaviors and challenging our limiting beliefs, raising our self-awareness, embracing accountability, we can overcome whatever we need to overcome. Okay? I truly believe that. And so if you believe that and you felt that this video has been helpful to you, drop a like in the comments, share this with someone who you know has aspirations and goals. Share this with someone that you feel is self-sabotaging in their life, and share it with them with the intention to support them and say, hey bro, hey sis, I felt you need to hear this. Let me know what you think. All right? So never miss out on an opportunity to raise your awareness. Never miss out on an opportunity to overcome self-sabotage. Never miss out on an opportunity to lead your life in a responsible and accountable way, because it's going to make you a better person and it's going to make your life better. All right? So with that said, I'm gone. This is Divine Edwards, aka Divine the Connector, connecting you to the knowledge that will empower yourself. Stay empowered. Have a great night. Have a great day wherever you are. And just remember, the connection continues. Take care.